This episode of Late Night Playset brought to you by Los Angeles Living. LosAngelosLiving.com.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Angelo Fierro with Compass Real Estate. Welcome to 4847 Dempsey in Encino, one of my favorite single-story mid-century ranch homes, typical of the San Fernando Valley. This is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, totally remodeled and updated, new electrical, plumbing, HVAC. It really has everything, and a beautiful pool, backyard, oasis to go with it. All tucked away in a double cul-de-sac where the kids could ride their bikes, you could take walks, no through traffic whatsoever. Perfect home in the perfect location in Encino. Come on in, let's check it out. Here we are in the kitchen, one of my favorite features in here. Let me get to it, so come with me. So first of all, this kitchen is enormous. Total chef's kitchen. Huge countertop, we can have hors d'oeuvres, cocktails, wine, you can serve everyone here, and have a huge farm table as well. And this is really one of my favorite features. It's a built-in banquette with an art table where all your kids, or even you guys, can channel your inner Jackson Pollock, or Basquiat, or Van Gogh. So come through here, nice marble countertops, high-end appliances. Another great feature in this kitchen, I mean, there's so much space in here that you can have all of this. Hello, a wood-burning oven. Make pizza on it, cook meats on it, fish. I mean, how great is it to have this in the kitchen? And then the kitchen kind of spills right into this huge living room with a beautiful brick fireplace. That detail is just absolutely gorgeous. Reminds me of East Coast homes, even though we're in a very West Coast San Fernando Valley ranch. I love this sort of reclaimed wood wall. Gives the feel of an old barn wood. So it's very warm in this room. What's really amazing is you have this completely covered patio with a kids' jungle gym. Play for hours, keep them busy for hours, and then have them jump into the swimmer's pool, which is about 9 feet at the deep end, and there's a whole outdoor lounge surrounded by herb gardens, fruit trees, lemon, lime. I think there's some tomato plants there too. That's where you would find me. I love tomatoes. And it's all beautifully landscaped with ficus trees all around, creating a nice sense of privacy. This is a phenomenal neighborhood. This is a fantastic backyard, especially in these times when we're going to be spending a lot of time at home. So you want to be in this kind of a place. You know what I mean? All right, this is a true ranch home, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, over 3,200 square feet. Right when you walk in, you have a vanity for when your guests are over, when you're entertaining. This is a fully remodeled bathroom. You have some really beautiful barn doors that open up to the laundry area. And I love this kind of folding table right above the washer and dryer. Really nice feature, some storage space as well. Again, really beautiful features in the closets, a lot of closet space. Huge master bedroom with master bath and a gorgeous soaking tub. Stand-up shower, subway tile, marble finishes. And what's great about this master is that you're in the pool area, so it's nice and quiet. It's set back from the property line in the front, of course. And it also leads right out to the fully covered patio. We have 2 kids' bedrooms here, spacious bedrooms with storage space. And one other thing that I want to note, all of the windows in the house are new dual pane windows. And what's great about that is that it's energy efficient, great for sound as well, and it looks good too. DM us, shoot us a text message, give us a call, and we'll schedule a private showing with all of the new COVID guidelines that are required by state law to show homes on the property that are currently on the property in these times. Hope you guys are all safe and well, and really excited to show you this house when you guys give us a call. Take care.
I get tickled by this every time. Hello, everybody, and welcome back here to the Late Night Playset. My name is Jay Ryan, and I am here in the broadcast center with you. We are going to be checking in just a few minutes with our buddy Tory Alonzo. He will be checking in from Pennsylvania, and we've got that all hooked up these days that we're able to do that, which is kind of exciting for us. So welcome back, welcome back. Thanks for being here. We are live, or I am live right now. In a few minutes, we will be live. Excuse me, don't mind me. Thank you all for being here. What we're going to talk to Tory about tonight is kind of exciting. He is setting up his own home studio. Not so much perhaps as all of this, but he is setting up a space so that he can be the annex, for this show and to perhaps do his own things, and the future will tell. But first, let's get him in here. I think we're live. Let me just also double check that with everybody on YouTube, make sure we're there too, and I'll get our buddy on the phone first. How are all of you? How's everybody else doing? I'm hoping that the world is still nuts. The world has not fixed itself since we saw you last, which is, I guess I'm going to call it a shame. would have loved a little magic fix by now. All right, here he comes. Let's see. Dial up our buddy. And then also you'll see we have, you can see me dialing up our buddy. Are you there? Oh, failed. Oh my goodness. Maybe we can't dial up our buddy. Look at me. Try it one more time. But the COVID stuff obviously is one thing, and then all of the protests and everything else are another. And all I can tell is that the world just seems to be coming apart at the seams. Here he is.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hello. Oh my goodness, you have got a whole thing. Let's get it going here. All right.
What's up?
Wow, you look fantastic. Holy cow, you did it. You made a whole set. All right, for everybody else, let's get it in here.
The other day, right? How are the levels and all that good stuff?
You just keep talking, and I'm going to start getting some shots and levels and everything. You go ahead.
All right, cool, man. I can already hear way better. I hear my voice now, which is nice. It's obviously nothing like your place, but I feel like I'm a little level playing field here.
You what you've done is amazing. I just saw this. Was it yesterday? I guess yesterday I saw this. It didn't look like this.
Yeah, it's just like 24 hours worth of work.
Wow. All right. Well, that's your side. Now, for everybody else, you can see the whole studio here.
Awesome.
So now, if somebody's on the screen or we're playing a video or whatever, you can be here, and I'll just swing you over as if you were turning your head.
Legit.
Yeah, kind of fun, right? And then if I don't care for it, we'll just spin you the other way, right? Or just keep going. Oh man, look at what you did there. So okay, all right. People don't know where you are. This does look like a studio right now. This behind whatever you have created here is actually like a living room, right?
Yeah. So it is my living room. And then this is kind of like a weird little nook area. It's normally where my computer is. It's kind of in a sunken area. I played with angles and did all kinds of crazy stuff. And the lighting right now is really bad because the sun's setting where I'm at across the lake. But I covered the windows, so it's not an issue right now. And then I'm of course tweaking the light here. But yeah,
I was gonna say it doesn't look like it's bad at all. It looks really good.
Well, good. I'm glad. Yeah, I mean, I'll still...
I can't believe that none of this was here. I mean, guys, you don't understand. It was white walls.
Yeah.
I don't mean you had a computer. You had your computer. That's really all it was. So, and I couldn't see that. So it was just a room. So you've done artwork on the walls. I obviously see a Carpe Gear poster from Competition Motors, and I recognize the Herbie license plate. and certainly Hurley's book and a lot of beautiful Porsche automobilia stuff, Porsche Effect and everything. But did you have this stuff and you pulled it over, or did you?
Yeah, so this morning I went to like my warehouse where I keep a lot of the cars and stuff, and I mean a lot of this stuff was just sitting in boxes. I didn't really have it out on display or anything, so I was like, I'll grab this, I'll try that, I'll do this. I mean, I still have like half of the little black boxes back there to fill, and I've got some stuff on the way, but this is just kind of what I was able to pull briefly, and everything's kind of got a little meaning to it. Like I've got, obviously Dwight's stuff is right there, and then I've got like a Mexico City taxi right there.
Of course, because you're the guy on that.
Yeah. And then I'm repping Ray with the Porsche Classic up there behind the bug books.
I love that. Us as well, of course.
And then the Porsche Effect thing, and yeah, just a little bit of everything, man. I figured that's like, a little bit of kind of what I'm about. So I was like, I'll make a little cubicle for everything.
Well, you know that it's my position that this stuff. I hate these. I'm taking the headphones off. Nobody else knows I have them on. Taking my headphones off. Removing the cans.
Because I hold my COVID hair back.
Yeah, it is. You look fantastic. You look like you got a style job. Is that your helmet from the 906 that you actually have, that you drive with, that you keep around, and the goggles?
That's actually a helmet I used to wear when I had my Beck 550 Spider.
Oh wow. Okay.
I kept the helmet because the helmet's so cool. It's like it was made in Paris. It's like a real like 50s sports car helmet, and it's French, and I loved it. And the guy had a big head that bought the car, so he couldn't wear it anyway. So I was like, well, I'm keeping it then.
Oh, that's really funny. While you're there, just whatever you're saying, can you bring the shot down just a tiny bit, because the Herbie plate's a little high, and then I'll try something else and let me know. Oh, you won't be able to see it though. Do you have YouTube up somewhere so that you can monitor this, or no?
I put it on my phone. I just didn't want to have like weird echoes or anything. But if I turn the volume down,
No, I'm just curious because I built a little thing here for you. Let me see. I think I did. Yeah, here we go. And see how this looks. Well, it's close. Here, let's take that one away. Let me try this one. Oh, you know what? Here, we'll turn you this way. You can see. You can see yourself, right?
Very cool. Yeah, I see it.
All right, great. Let's see. How's that?
That's awesome. That's so cool. Pennsylvania.
All right, let me see that.
Pennsylvania.
Let me see. Yeah, we can make it say whatever you want. Like historian, consultant, or whatever. You've got all the talents. And then we did this. I wasn't sure. I think I kind of like this one better. Plus, it bounces in, and it's kind of like your bouncy personality. Whee!
That's cool.
Whee!
It's fun.
Live from the East Coast in Pennsylvania, USA. It's Tory Alonzo. Oh, you got the late night playset on the TV. You're such a good guy.
That'll be cool, man. Yeah, this is super fun. I've still got stuff coming, obviously, on eBay and whatnot. But
well, we'll get to all that. Can you see that? Can you see the little microphone? So I made it so that the microphone will always be around
it's
you.
Like,
it's like you're here.
You did really well.
Oh, it's so funny, the nerdy little things. I've been watching, Tom Green, who's figuring out his home studio on the YouTube, which is pretty fun. And then I'm not Tory Alonzo. I have to take that away when I'm away from you. Gee whiz. See, too many buttons. Need another guy. And then also the Smoking Tire, who is, as we know, between studios right now because he moved out of the old one above his dentist's office, and we are still currently building his new one. So you sent me the link, and I watched just a few minutes of it, and then I skipped through because it said Hannah was in it, and I skipped through to the end where she was there. It's adorable. I think they're great. Yeah. They could host that show too of just the two of them. They could do a life with the tires.
You know what's funny? I met Hannah like early on in their relationship. I think it was actually one of their very first dates. I was in Santa Monica for the Jalopnik Film Festival. And I met Matt Farah there, and Alex Roy was there. I think Jason Torchinsky was there because he was in the film as well. But we were out there, and I think we were gonna screen that or something. I don't remember. It's been a while, but it was had to have been at least 3 years ago. I think they said that's how long they'd been together. But so I got to hang out with Hannah because, of course, everybody's like completely overwhelming Matt. Anytime he goes anywhere, people are like, "I want to tell you about my Audi."
Oh, just fan talk and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, sure.
Fanboys were in full effect because it was a Jalopnik, gathering. So it's all car guys anyway. So,
and she just poor soul who happens to be there.
He brought his black Fox body. It was nowhere near done, but that's the car he was driving at the time. So everybody, of course, mobbed him whenever he pulled up, and Hannah was there, and so I ended up hanging out with Hannah a little bit, and she's really, really sweet. You can tell they really care about each other. Even then, like when they were kind of just first figuring things out.
Well, you love that.
A really cool girl.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, so I'm glad they're still together and they made it. And I think he's engaged, isn't he? I think they're getting married, right?
I thought they were married. I thought they've been married for a while. But it said my girlfriend.
It said girlfriend.
Yeah, it did. So I obviously am wrong. I don't know.
But anyways, whatever they are, I'm glad they're still together. So,
Can I have a couple things? I know we want to talk about your studio. I want to talk a lot about your studio, and then I know you have stuff you want to talk to me about. I also have a couple things I'm just going to give you that I have to get to at some point. So we can just make time as we're having conversations or whatever.
let's do it, man.
If
I
it's
got nothing but time.
all right, cool. The things I'll have to get to is there's one East Coast feed. It's pretty short, but we didn't do it in a while, and I want to check in with those guys. I've got a Breakfast Club video. It's a lately video, really, that we've been wanting to play for a couple weeks, but I kind of wanted to wait for Mrs. Ryan to be back. But we're gonna keep doing this for a little bit, so whatever. I want to play it. Well, Kitty Cam, let's get that out of the way right now. And I gotta lose that Tory line. Boy, see, one too many things. And it's a bust. It's like,
Let the rumors begin.
and it's like a yeah, exactly. Nice job. It's one of those busts when you go to the zoo and the polar bears are all hiding because it seems like she's not actually there. Wouldn't matter if it's live or not. All right, so that's out of the way. Playset pop-in. I don't know if we're going to do that today or if we're going to maybe let's tell everybody what it is later, and then I think we'll close it out with a how you coping because we have another video from Mrs. Ryan.
Cool.
Okay, cool.
Sounds like a full show, man.
Yeah, that's just they're all really short. The longest one is the Breakfast Club video. It's like 3 minutes because of the song.
Cool.
All right.
Awesome.
So with that, let's go back to your studio. Let's go right here from the broadcast center and let's bring it back to Pittsburgh. And you're outside of Pittsburgh. Where are you actually?
So I live in a little lake community called Lake Latonka, but the closest city is Mercer, Pennsylvania, and it's not very big. I think there's maybe 4,000 people. This is definitely the smallest city I've ever lived in, and it's about an hour north of Pittsburgh. I think downtown I can be there in like 45 minutes if I drive like at a decent speed. There's no traffic. To the airport, which I fly out of, Pittsburgh International, is about an hour and 10 minutes, so it's a little longer to get to the airport.
But what is it, 50 miles?
Maybe a little more than that. Maybe
Okay.
like 60 or 70. But
Okay.
yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it's doable.
Yeah, but to live in a lake community, I mean, that's kind of nice. You have to get out of town to do what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I mean, it took a lot of adjustment because when I moved up here, I moved from Orlando, and I mean, living in Orlando, like you've got everything, times 100 within 5 minutes of you.
What do you?
So
Resources, just stores and restaurants and
just
everything. Yeah.
I mean, there's a Target on every corner. There's, just everything you could need. I mean, and now it doesn't really matter because I order everything on Amazon anyway, and stores are closed. Our stores are closed, and I mean, I guess now it doesn't really matter. But when I first moved up here, which is probably going on like 10 years ago, it was a huge, it was quite the change because I was used to being in a big city. This is definitely the smallest place I've ever lived. So,
what would you do without like an Amazon or something? You'd have to go to all those. You'd have to truck to those stores, right?
I'd have to drive to like Pittsburgh or Cranberry Township is like a bigger city that has like a legit mall and a Target and stuff like that. So I mean, I could drive to 45 minutes, but it's just I've had to kind of reprogram my brain that you just got to drive now. But,
well, especially lately. So I'm assuming that some of this stuff came from Amazon then.
Pretty much everything came from Amazon. And it's fantastic because it's all one-day shipping now. I mean, because I think they must have a warehouse in Pittsburgh or something because almost everything ordered here is one-day shipping. It's already here and, plug and play. And, yeah, it worked out really well. Like the shelving behind me, I just got on Amazon. And then I went, I raided my closets or, the warehouse and went through some crates and boxes and stuff of just, like, set dressing.
It's funny how we all have the stuff somewhere, don't we?
All kinds of stuff. So it's like I might as well put it to use. And, I mean, it shows my varied interests in cars. It's not just Porsche. It's not just Volkswagen. It's, I did even have a Yugo book up there that I took it back at the last minute. I was like, we're trying to build our audience here,
not alienate them. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Weren't you going to do a Yugo T-shirt at one point too? And they were like, there's not many of those cars out there.
Yeah, Blip Shift totally poo-pooed it.
Oh, Blip Shift, that's right.
Yeah, I submitted for Blip Shift, and it was like, actually, it was the joke that you like to use on my Instagram, which was "You go, boy."
You go, boy.
And it was hilarious, and they were like, no, we're not, no one would buy that.
See,
I know 2 people that would.
To me, what it was the irony. Like Yugo, I mean, sure, you'll get the 100 Yugo buyers or owners or whatever collectors there are out there, but to me, it's more of the ironic one. It's like a Porsche guy, a clever Porsche guy, or a clever Lambo guy or something would totally buy the Yugo shirt.
Rock a Yugo shirt to Cars and Coffee, showing up in your Aventador.
Absolutely. It'll be the new, my name is shirt or whatever at the cars, just whatever the new ironic thing is.
Yeah, they missed out.
Oh well. Well, hey, listen.
I mean, have to talk to Spike. They must have the hookup because I saw they just got a new Blip Shift shirt of their 911 that got stolen.
That's a shirt now.
Super intricate shirt. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Matt Farah, when he was here, was saying that it's just good business for him to put out a shirt every month through Blip Shift. It's like they do the work. Whatever it was for him, it was a really good setup, and he cool. highly recommended it. So I mean, if you can get in there, it seems like a good thing.
Yeah. Well, it's Wade, right?
Streetcar Wade Desires. I love his account.
Say named Wade. It's a
Streetcar Wade Desires. I love that account.
Yeah. He did a really, really cool, cartoony kind of rendition of the 906, and he submits a lot of stuff, and a lot of stuff gets accepted with Blip Shift with him. So he's definitely got the end. So I don't know. Maybe I should have him do a Yugo shirt for me, and maybe accept that one.
Did you already have the artwork, or were they going to have to do all that shit?
Mm-mm. I am no Dwight Knowlton, that's for sure. I can't draw. Matter of fact, it's so funny. I found a picture. Now I'll have to get it, but I left it in the warehouse. I found a picture of Herbie that I drew when I was in kindergarten, and it had a sticker that said "excellent" with Clifford the Big Red Dog. I mean, we're talking. I mean, this had to have been early '80s, and I was thinking about putting it, on the shelf behind, but I was like, no, I better not. Again, we want to keep people coming, turn them away.
I don't know. I kind of like the children's books. I mean, one of the things I like about the Carpe books is that they remind me of some books that I grew up with that I like. That I like.
Oh yeah, no, this was a picture that I drew of Herbie as
Oh, I see. That's awesome, though. But to me, that's all. I mean, that's what all of this is. This is a very polished version of my cluttered brain. So it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah. So I had fun setting this up today. It was really cool. I'm still waiting on the boom though.
So let's go down the equipment list. What did you get? Obviously, you bought a bookshelf and you moved some art in.
I bought the shelving behind me just so I'd have a little bit more of a backdrop and I could kind of cordon this off in a semi-room kind of a thing.
Okay.
So I put all the shelving up, obviously, and then I just kind of stacked stuff in there. Equipment-wise, I got this Fifine.
But you have it, yeah. I can't see it, but you have a new microphone. You can definitely tell.
I do, yeah. I don't know if I can There you go.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Oh, so you got a nice condenser mic.
Yeah, so I've got a decent condenser mic, and I have the boom is coming. It's not here yet. I think it's going to be here Friday.
Like this type of deal.
Yeah, that type of deal.
That'll change your world.
The headphones, which are nice because I can tell how loud or soft I'm talking, which you can't really do with FaceTime. And then I got the little Halo ring light thing that goes behind the computer.
That's the biggest difference, brother. The ring light on your face, you can see your face so well.
That's a big difference. Crazy. Yeah, it's really nice. And you can adjust it on the fly. I got the little controller here, so yeah, I'm learning, man. I'm getting there, but I'm super happy with everything. Everything works how it's supposed to. I read a million reviews. Ray had a couple suggestions too, so I looked at some of that stuff.
Hang on, Ray Schaefer? Are you talking about Ray Schaefer?
Mr. Ray Schaefer.
Are you talking about Ray Schaefer? If you're not already, please consider following Ray Schaefer for your backstage pass to Porsche brand heritage and travel-related material. That's ray.schaefer. SHAFFER. Please continue.
Have you seen his intro yet? Like the actual intro that they have now? There's.
I saw the one from last week with
Tony Hatter.
Yeah, I
Or
get
did
no,
you
no,
see
no.
the
It was
whole
before that. But the one with the new song and everything from John Oates. That John
They have
Oates.
the whole intro now. One of the guys from the Road Scholars marketing department, I talked to Ray the other day. He told me one of the guys from the Road Scholars department actually did a whole like intro for them.
Oh,
And
oh,
so,
he did tell me that they were doing something.
like
I
a
have not seen it.
graphic intro, like it's amazing. It turned out so good. It looks so nice, and then of course the music that John did for them, like it all.
John Oates of Hall & Oates. John Oates, huge Porsche file.
John.
So awesome. I cannot wait until things settle down just a little bit more and he's traveling and he's out here because we want him in that chair. Can't wait.
Oh, I think it'll happen. I mean,
No, it'll happen for sure. I mean, he's in, but
yeah, that'll be cool.
can't wait. Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. But so I'm just getting used to the new equipment. But I mean, so far everything seems pretty good.
So once again, you literally talked about it last week and then you did it this week. Instead of having us follow your progress, you're like Genie, like I'm done.
Knock it out.
You know, is it Bewitched? I forget which is which.
It's like I got all the time in the world, man. So like I was literally up until like 1 o'clock in the morning, setting stuff up and taking it back down. I'm sure this will change a million times, like you said too. But
Yeah. I mean, this is the first version, but you're loving it?
I am, yeah. So far,
Good for you.
It seems to be good.
Good for
I
you.
wish I'd put that a little lower, but I can always lower the old competition motors.
Do you know? Yeah, I mean, this place is Swiss cheese now. You can't imagine how many things have been hung and rehung so many times over the 2.5 years or whatever. It's so crazy. I can't believe. Yeah, don't get me started. Just don't go down this rabbit hole. All right.
I'm gonna try not to, but it's hard. I mean, when you see a studio like that, I mean, mine will never look anything like that, obviously. But it's like you just kind of want to always continue improving upon it. And like I said, I've got a lot of spare time right now, so I'm gonna obsess over stuff. And I'm OCD anyway, so who knows what's gonna happen. But I'm digging the lazy Susan.
I was gonna say I'm gonna try to make you sick to your stomach.
That is really cool. I mean, I
Don't you feel in the room?
First person shooter game, like I'm right there. Like I should be.
You made a reference to something the other day, but I don't know if it was on the show or it was one of our.
N64 game.
Was that our shakedown show or was that really on the air? Does anyone know what you're talking? Go ahead and tell them what you're talking about because I think people will probably remember what you're talking about.
So when I was in college, I graduated high school in '95, and so I was in college like 96, 97, 98ish. And I remember like the big thing in the dorms was GoldenEye, the N64 game, and that's how I feel like when I see like everything is just first person and like virtual, and it's funny.
All I remember from that game was I think it was like the first licensed game I'd seen or whatever. So it was like really it wasn't like a James Bond-esque game. It was really you were really playing like Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah. Pierce Brosnan was like signed on.
I think it had his voice and stuff.
Like, it was super legit. Yeah, it was cool.
But
and
N6
now, like you look at Grand Theft Auto or like Call of Duty, it's like, man, kids are so spoiled now. Like the games they have now are just unreal. I mean, we used to make do with pole position in the '80s, and then you've got Forza now that's just next level.
I was going to say, whether it's a shooter game, an adventure game, or a driving game these days, it's all like virtual reality to me because I was amazed by, like you said, pole position or God, like Outrun when that came out. I mean, that was there's a real Ferrari I'm driving it in the ocean.
Toss out of the car like that. Remember all those games were so cool. Daytona, like the Daytona 500 game where they had like 4 players that you could stack together, and oh my gosh, that was
the NASCAR game. You mean, right? Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, that was cool.
But I think to myself these days, every time I turn it on, and between the big screen and everything else, I'm blown away by the amount of entertainment and stimulation you can have in your home and in your own life now. It's not an amusement park. It's not at a thing, and you go pay $20. Like, nah, it's just here.
Yeah,
Was the N64 for this going back to GoldenEye? Was that the one where the controller looked like, for lack of a better term, Batman or like the Batwing or something? Wasn't that the one that had the weird?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because the one before that was Super Nintendo, and that one was just great. It had like the D-pad and then like I think 4 buttons over here. And I only know that because I still have an N64. that I play every now and then when I'm feeling nostalgic.
But the N64 is the Batman one then, right?
Yes, the N64 I believe is the
so just
super.
For the folks back, since it's nostalgia night apparently, was it was it Nintendo? That's the one I had with the square, up down down left right BA start for Contra and all that stuff. And then there was Then there was Super Nintendo where it was a similar controller, but it was like kind of rounded on the edges, and that came with
on the edges. It was a great console,
and it had the extras, and it was like Donkey Kong Country or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's Super Mario World, which I think was one of the first games to have like 3D. I remember the first time I played Super Mario World, there's this part where he's on a chain link fence climbing, and then you like press a button, he pats it, and then he like completely turns 360, and it just blew your mind. Like the first time you saw it, you're like, whoa! Even on the other side, it was 3D. It was crazy.
Gosh.
But, yeah, that was Super Nintendo.
It's amazing to think of the things that blew our minds, and the kids that grow up with that type of magic every day in their iPhones or their iPads or whatever.
I know.
It kind of makes me wonder, like, what will it take to impress these kids?
I don't know.
Camping? You got to go the other way, right?
Maybe the complete opposite. Yeah. You're right.
Less stimulate, like the spa.
He just fire from his bare hands. That's crazy.
Right. Well, that's what I think will happen. I think we go back to like art and craftsmanship and things made by hand, maybe.
I'd be fine with that. That's cool.
And I'm praying for another renaissance.
Our buddy Dwight is doing that right now. And
what?
I don't want to blow up his spot because we'd like to try and get him on, of course, to talk about it. But he's rediscovering all of these old school art forms that have pretty much just passed away.
I love that. That's how we keep the good stuff alive, right?
Yeah, exactly. He's like scouring eBay for all of these ink pen parts that you just don't see anymore.
Gotcha. So he's not even just doing the art; he's following the art of doing that art.
Exactly. Yeah.
Super cool. I'm in.
Yeah, it's neat. So I like all the stuff he's doing lately. It's really cool.
We're talking about Dwight Knowlton from Carpe Gear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I can't wait to have him on the show and he can talk all about it. But,
speaking of, there's wonderful artists. We are surrounded by so many artists. Another guy that we've talked to before and we know from, I think we actually met him down at Auto Kennel probably, but Pinstripe Chris, do you know him? I think that's the right account.
No, I don't.
Oh, you would love his work for sure. Anyway, I talked to him. We're going to have him in soon. You know what? Oh, I forgot. I was going to say we should go Instagram Live at the same time. Let's do that next time. Let's also at the same time simultaneously go Instagram Live.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Do you know what I mean? And then we'll have the
people that probably I didn't.
We'll just leave the phone like leaning against something. You know what I mean? Not everything, but maybe. I don't know. I'm not.
You can do that. I'm cool with that.
Back to Pinstripe Chris.
Yeah, tell me about Pinstripe Chris, and I'll tell you about this other guy I just found out about from Dwight, actually, too.
Artist and design consultant open for commissions. But here is gosh, how do I do this? I think, give me a second here. I'm going to use my old noggin for a second here. Get you out of there, and I will come over here. There we go. That's the one. Oh, sorry, buddy. There you are. You can see it. Whee! All right, see if this works. And I'm going to figure out a better way to do all this. Can you? Oh, you're not going to be able to see that. I'm showing everybody else. All right, well, everybody else, this is Pinstripe Chris's account. And that doesn't do a damn thing for my buddy Tory. As usual, buddy, I'm working too hard, running around everywhere. All right.
Oh, wow. I can already see that. Wow.
The detail is impeccable. There's the reaction shot I'm looking for.
That's amazing. That's really cool.
Sorry, it's so dark there.
Oh, wow. Oh, cool. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, but I mean, that's just one thing. I mean, his other, and he's not just Porsche. Anyway, he's a guy we met down at Paul Kennel, and he wanted to come on the show. And now that things are starting to loosen up, he wanted to be here versus like doing the thing we're doing now. So if you're cool with that, we'll probably get him in here as well. And
that'd be so much fun.
I'd love to have Magnus back, speaking of artists, and obviously Nicholas Hunziger. I'd love to hear what he's up to these days, considering, life and all. Because, when he's the kind of guy who, like me, I thought I was built for this. Like, oh, we'll just go into the cave and go create. Like, all good. I'd be very curious to check in with him publicly and see how that's all going.
Still feel that way? okay? That kind of thing.
Yeah. Like, how's it been going? I mean, you see him on Instagram. You know he's getting tons of work done and tons of projects and things out there. But I always really sort of relate to him on a mental place or something, creatively or something.
I do too. Well, just kind of socially. Like, I just, we both kind of just like to go into the cave and do our own thing. And yeah,
to get a little disappear is okay every once in a while. And I feel like there was one more that I'm not mentioning, which is okay. But art, I want to bring more artists in and get more of that stuff. Gary, of course, and Porsche Gear. The Porsche Gear, and Porsche Girl, and Gary Schechner. I checked, by the way. I always put a T in his name, and he doesn't have one, so I'm sorry, Gary. Okay. Gary Schechner. I also called Patrick Swayze for years and years. I can't explain why. There's no reason. In my head, he was Patrick Swayze. Yeah. Nobody's perfect. Oh, my goodness.
No, the other artist that Dwight turned me on to is Tim Lazell.
That's the one. Go ahead. Tell me about him.
Oh, my God, this guy's
because you showed me his thing the other day.
He does. I told you about it the other day. But,
yep.
I'm following him now. I would love, and he would have to be remote because I think he's in the UK. But some of his stuff is just unreal. He just posted a thing the other day about the new print that he's doing. That was it's a 917 Pedro Rodriguez, and it's just beautiful. Just amazing. His speed lines and everything he does is just next level. I've never seen anything like it. And he's a fan of Dwight's, and Dwight is a fan of his. And so Dwight's the one that actually turned me on to his work. And it was I just like seeing everyone's different style, everyone's different take on the same Golf 917. And
agreed.
It's so cool that how everyone interprets it differently and the lines, and it's fascinating.
It's the same with the photography to me. There are only so many subjects, and we're all taking pictures of the same effing thing. When somebody comes up with something a little different.
But when Jeff Zwart does it, for some reason, he finds these angles that nobody else can. Well,
there's obviously the name that we all look up to, of course, Mr. Jeff Zwart, for sure.
Exactly. But like Matthew Little, who shot my car last week, I think it was, we're actually doing more stuff tomorrow with the video. He found angles on that car. I've owned the car now since, I don't know, December or January, and he found angles on this thing I've never even noticed. And it was nuts. It's just, those people have a different eye. It's cool.
Well, all right, two things. We haven't done any of the stuff on my list, so let's hit the East Coast feed real quick. And then when we come back, can we talk about how your Thursday was last week? Because when we were here, when we checked in with everybody last week, you were going to go to a photo shoot at the racetrack. So let's do an East Coast feed. We'll check in with Danbury Chive over at Ridgefield BMW. We'll do that first. Solo. And you can watch it with us since you're on the Lazy Susan. Sorry, Susan. We're going to have to change that name, too, along with Uncle Ben and everything else.
No Aunt Mama for you.
Marginally motivated Susan. All right, here we go. East Coast feed. Danbury Chive. Roll it out.
Mr. and Mrs. Ryan, East Coast feed, Steve Kaz, quarantine. This is Christian. How's it going? We're going to show you something new today. It doesn't get all this much fun all the time. We show you some fun stuff. But Christian, can you take me through? This is an employee's car. He said my tire light is on. Let's just take a look, shall we? Hold on a second. Christian, hold on. Let me get a little quick angle here. Let's see if you can see what we see. You got it right here? Where is it at? Let me see. Oh, there she come. There she come. Do you see this goiter? Does anybody see this goiter right here? That's like the size of my fist. No, not happening. Can't drive on that. It's got a few of them in this tire, including a hole. But hey, what are we here to do? That's what we're here to do. Christian, we're here to save lives?
Yes, we are.
That's right. There we go. Love you guys. Quarantine out.
Yeah. What do you think of that?
That's crazy. It's scary that we share the road with people like that, too.
That was an employee at BMW. That was one of us. One of us. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so how was your Thursday last week?
So that was fun. It was a long day. I got there. I had to wake up at like 7. Actually, I think I woke up about 6:30. I had to leave the house at 7. Track was about an hour away. It's a place called Pitt International Raceway. They have a north track and a south track. And I think they were going to run last weekend. They were supposed to run an F3 event there, I think, and they run both tracks combined, which was pretty cool. But for that day, they had them both broken up: north track, south track. They rented out the south track just for our little photo shoot, and then the north track, it was like all secretive, and we couldn't go over there or see anything. They had like screens up and stuff, but they were testing autonomous cars.
Oh boy!
Track, which was I mean, it's here, and there's a company in Pittsburgh, I think, that does a lot of that for Google and whatnot. And we were one of the first cities in Pittsburgh to do the autonomous taxis, like literally a driverless taxi. So I'm sure I would imagine it's probably the same company. Yeah, they've been running around there for a while. I don't know if they're still doing it, but as of like 6 months ago, they were doing it.
And this is with passenger. I'll bring myself in here. And this is with passengers, driverless. There's money exchanged. I mean, this is an actual. Whoa.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
So like we always said, they're just going to start testing secretly among us, and we won't know because they can't tell us. We're all, we'll all freak out. Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was weird. So I still haven't ridden one of those driverless taxis, but I'm sure they still have them in Pittsburgh. But so anyways, so they were testing autonomous cars on the north track, and then we got a bunch of footage. I mean, he had like a crew of like easily six guys that were doing like drone shots and car to car stuff. Like we had a blast, but it was a long hot day.
Well, the photographs are incredible. If there is any video to be seen at some point, it's going to be breathtaking.
And so Matthew Little is who did the photography, and he does a lot of car stuff here in Pittsburgh. And I told him, I was like, if the drone footage and the video turns out half as well as your photos did, I'll be happy. And I think he's seen some of it, and he's just like, you're going to be really happy. So we're going to try and do like a Petrolicious style, that style of video, something that's, produced well and kind of delve into the history of the real 906 prototype.
I love all of this. Do you have a sponsor yet? Because I'm sure a lot of companies that we are around would love to put this video out.
Talking to Haggerty right
Perfect.
now,
Okay, great.
They have interest in it because
Great.
the car is actually, insured with Haggerty, so
Sure.
it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
So we'll see come to that, which would be cool. So, but yeah, so and tomorrow we're filming some stuff around the lake here, just like rural driving, like everyday type stuff. And
You guys are for the same project. B-roll for the same project.
Yeah, he's coming back tomorrow. I'm meeting him at 1.
Oh, look, so every Thursday is your shoot day, I guess.
I guess so. Well, hopefully it doesn't rain. It's been raining here all week, so hopefully it doesn't rain, but we're going to
Shooting for it.
Yeah.
All right, let's check in with Kitty Cam real quick. Nope, no show. Still no Kitty Cam. Well, Kitty Cam, but still no Kitty. I wonder where she is. She must
So
be...
where is Kitty if Kitty is not on the bed?
Bathroom. Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the heating pad and the wrinkle and the hair. Yeah, that Kitty Cat lives in that room. Like basically has taken over. If Kitty Cat isn't on the bed on the heating pad or on the floor over there, Kitty Cat is probably on the bathroom floor, which because it's cold, which makes.
Good.
I'm sure it does, but that's also something that happens towards the end, and it's one of those where Daddy's like, I don't really want to talk about it, actually. She should be on the bed. Let's just focus on getting her on the bed.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's all good. I mean, 20-something years. Pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's great.
And considering it wasn't even my cat, I mean, why am I attached, right? This was Mrs. Ryan's cat. But I'm going to, at some point, I mean, I have so many thousands of pictures of this cat. At some point, when it happens, I'm sure I'll do a retrospective video or something. But you guys, the folks who know the cat now through Kitty Cam and everything, are going to be amazed when you see the crazy animal that this cat was. It was a ferocious, wild animal that could not be tamed. And now it's just,
I can't do those. Like even those videos where they do
the
like,
dodo.
the last day.
Those are the worst.
Yeah, where they take like the dachshund to like McDonald's and gets 12 cheeseburger.
Nope.
I can't even, dude. I'm not even through the intro and I'm bawling. I'm like, no, I can't.
I can only do the ones that are like that are already labeled like from the dodo or something where they're going to be a good happy ending. Like, oh, they found this duck and it had a broken wing, but they fixed it and whatever.
And look at it now.
Yeah, or the cat was on the freeway, but whatever that somehow they fixed it. Those ones
are just awful though. Oh my god.
If Sarah McLachlan's in the background, I'm out.
I'm so out.
Or Willie Nelson too, I think, does a few of them too these days. Do you want to see a video from it's from a while. Like I said, we were going to air it 2 weeks ago. We didn't. We haven't done it.
Let's do it.
It's just lately because our lately videos are not really anything in particular. They're kind of just like a month or two of time. This one's got a shit ton of Breakfast Club in it because that's where we've been. We've been at home. No, we've been doing
Bring the coffee and the donuts.
We've been doing donuts and distancing, and it's nothing official. We don't post about it or anything, but because she needs the vitamin D, the sunshine, the nature, the fresh air, all that stuff, we have to go out somewhere for her to get it. So it's like we just drive up there and keep our little tradition alive. And quite frankly, the nature is really good for her. It's one of the best things that we can do for her. Of course, yeah. For sure. So with that, I have a video called Lately, and I'm going to play that for you right now. Roll it how? Actually, I'll spin you around and roll it out.
Spin me around. Spin me around.
Driving far in your yellow car towards the rainbows and sunshine. Look at the scenery, so much greenery. Isn't it lovely? It's beautiful. You're driving far in your yellow car, hearing the birds in your engine going. Driving far away with no more tears and pain to a happier place, a happier place. It'll all be better soon. Drive your way up to the moon and wait for me. Oh, wait for me. We will find your paradise. See a little of what heaven's like for you. Oh, oh. On the way we'll see some galaxies. They used to be so scary. We'll touch the stars. We'll go to Mars. Driving far in your yellow car, through the mountains full of fairies. It's almost like a dream, nothing like you've ever seen. Isn't it pretty? It's wonderful. Driving far in your yellow car, the wind singing to you softly. Water sparkling, trees are talking, saying nice things. It's magical. Promises broken will never be spoken. Bad things forgotten in your yellow heart. Shine without sorrow. Can't wait to get there in your yellow car. It'll all be better soon. Drive your way up to the moon and wait for me. Oh, wait for me.
And I miss you so terribly. And I
We
hope
will
you
find your
like
paradise.
the last
See a
couple
little
of
of
years.
what heaven's like for
This is
you.
what we do now.
Oh, oh, oh. On the way we'll see some galaxies. They used to be so scary. We'll touch the stars. We'll go to Mars in your yellow car. Your yellow car. In your yellow car. Your yellow car.
Yeah.
Nice one. That was cool.
What do you think?
That was awesome.
I wish Mrs. Ryan were here for it. Oh shit! I turned the bubbles on. I'm glad she wasn't here for that.
That was a good video.
Shit down. So hang on, before we do anything, I have to thank Anna Duboc for that lovely song entitled "Yellow Car" that's available on iTunes. That was released this year, and if it sounded like it was written for us, it basically was. I mean, every stinking word there is just perfect. And thank you so much, Anna Duboc, for that lovely, lovely song that just touches my heart. Because if you listen to all the words, when you get a chance to actually watch it up close on the show. It's good stuff, and it pretty much fits us to a T. So much love to Anna. Yeah, brother. So back to you.
So Rob Corddry, isn't he going to be doing the new Top Gear USA?
He is, and he will also be doing this show when we are all good and back. Yeah.
Dude, I love Hot Tub Time Machine. That is such a good. That's
one of the best comedies, isn't it?
Every time it comes on, it really is.
It's if you like Back to the Future, it's a comedy Back to the Future. I mean, I know Back to the Future is a comedy. I mean, it's a comedy Back to the Future.
Yeah. It's such a good movie. He just seems like a cool guy. So, he got that gig.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be a car guy, too.
He's great for it. Well, I don't want to say anything. I don't want to say too much. I can't wait for him to be here and for us to talk about it because, I mean, that's one of all that we used to talk about was cars because I was always trying to get him to the track, and it doesn't matter. When he's here, we'll talk all about it.
Oh, that's cool.
He and I used to be, remember Beamer Life before Porsche Life? He and I used to be Beamer buddies, and we both were always beamering, you know, this one, all that stuff.
Out-beamering one another.
Yeah. But whatever, Mrs. Ryan got us in contact, and he and I were talking, so he will be here, you know, once we...
That'll be an awesome show. That'll be really cool. And hopefully you'll have some cool Top Gear stuff to talk about.
Yes, I can't wait.
Shut down production.
Hang on. Well, this is it. I mean, she used to work with Dax, too. Mrs. Ryan used to work with Dax, who's the other host. So it's Dax, and is it Jeff? Yeah, and Rob Corddry. And is it Jethro? I don't know Jethro, but Johnny Lieberman knows Jethro, and he was here.
That sounds right. Yeah,
okay.
I don't know Jethro, but...
Okay, but it is the three guys again, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it'll be good to get all of them. Also, I think for some reason... Oh, never mind. I'm not going to talk about that today. I forgot. We'll talk about that another time. We're waiting on something before we talk about it, and then we'll talk about it then.
Cool.
Sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. I hate when people do. Tease! What a guy. There we go. There you are. I'm only spinning you around to do that so that I can look in the direction of the camera like you are. I feel like this is more palatable to other people in this two-shot than whatever this. I can't even look at it, but you're looking at the camera and I'm looking at the... Do you see what I mean? It's weird. How do you feel about all of this? I mean, we haven't done much talking, but from a technical standpoint, I'm feeling very satisfied. Like this can work now.
It seems to be working. It's funny. Well, you know what's really funny is like every time I would fly out for like Look Good Cult or whatever I was out there for, that Porsche Effect that one time at the Peterson, I always left LAX or Burbank, and I was like, man, it's a shame that I don't live here, and, you know, to do this show more because we always have so much fun. The time always flies by. I mean, we never worry about talk about.
If this were a real show with a budget, yeah, you would be one of like the regular players who's just here once a month or once a week or whatever the heck. Yeah, for sure. And I was always going with that old school format of like no, keep it in the room, you know. And I still mean that. I still prefer that. But at a time when you really have nothing else and everybody has, you know, gone Zoom crazy and Skype crazy and everything. I mean, with the world as it is, we kind of wanted to get back on the air, and that became more important than even whatever I thought was important before, you know. Just like life, your priorities change, right?
They do change, yeah. And I mean, there's so much evolving happening right now anyways with just the way the world is. And
Tell us what you mean by that. What are you talking about?
Just, you know, well, classic example is Ray and Cam's show, Fresh Brewed and Air Cooled. Like, that was just kind of born out of, like, you know, hey, we can't have cars and coffee, or we can't really, you know, meet, but let's just do this for, you know, Saturday mornings. We can drink our coffee together, we can talk cars, and now that's evolved into like this whole thing. It's like a real show now, and so
with a theme song by John Oates.
Right. I mean, it's like it's so cool how, you know, how polished this thing is now, but it literally just started from, you know, two guys saying, hey, let's just have coffee and we can chat and we can get on Instagram Live, and now look what it's become. And And
Well, what has it become? Because I love it and I'm enjoying it, but what has it? Is it becoming like? Is it going to be a TV show? What do you think it's going to be? Because it's not done growing. I'll tell you that.
I think the sky's the limit. It's really got legs. I like their plans for it because it seems like they're going after these Ray likes to call them deep tracks, these interviews where they kind of get into the psyche of whichever person it is that they're interviewing that day, and whether it's a designer like Tony Hatter or a race car driver like Bobby Rahal.
For me, it was Bobby Rahal. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just and I mean, we've thrown the name Vic Elford around. I mean, oh my gosh, if they could get Vic, and I know they could because Ray knows him. Ray knows all those guys. So I mean, it's just a matter of schedule probably, but once guys like that start coming into the fold, it's going to be amazing because I say this all the time, but these guys are not getting any younger, and those stories.
Well, stop saying that. Don't say that. Stop. Say that off the air.
We just lost Hans Metzger, which is it's a shame.
Can we go back? Can we go back to Bobby Rahal for a second before we get all maudlin and depressed? Gee whiz. Take another caller. This one's not from Pittsburgh this time. Can we go back to Bobby Rahal just for 1 second because I found out something I didn't know. Obviously, Bobby Rahal we all know from racing and everything. I have my own weird, not connection with him, but connection to him because of the Letterman of it all. Rahal and Letterman's, they're partners in the racing and have been for probably decades now. I think probably 20, 30. Well, no, they've got all sorts of stuff now. I mean, they do.
It's more than just the Indy cars.
I mean, when I was going to Long Beach, they were running the BMWs in the the GTM class or whatever that stuff. Oh yeah, no, they raced all sorts of stuff. Anyway, it's Rahal, Letterman, Lanigan racing. So it's whatever they're all in. What I was trying to get to, though, was I had just posted the other day about Jack Hanna, who is retiring from the Columbus Zoo. He's the director emeritus at the Columbus Zoo. Do you remember him? He used to bring the animals on Letterman on this very desk. Yeah, he'd bring there's so many videos of a tiger biting on this microphone sitting on this desk where we are today.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
With all of that stuff, he retired just the other day, or it was announced that he's retiring after 42 years. And I, of course, posted something like any fan or any whatever. Lots of people posted. And then I happened to see Graham Rahal, Bobby Rahal's son, Graham Rahal post. And he said something about, "Congratulations to my godfather on his retirement."
What? That's his godfather?
Yeah! How awesome is that? Jack Hanna is Bobby Rahal's friend enough that it's his son's godfather. And I don't know if that's just from the Ohio connection from the Midwest connection, or if it's from the Letterman. I don't know where it comes from. But I can't wait to someday have Graham Rahal here and talk to him about it and find out how his godfather's doing. That's crazy.
Cool. Yeah. Wow.
To me, it blew my mind. Obviously, I'm a little closer to it, so it's a little nutser, but
Right. The Peterson just posted, well, I say just, it's probably been out for 2 or 3 weeks now. They posted a tour that they did of Bobby's collection.
2 parts, yeah. It's great.
Oh, it was amazing.
Here's the thing. I love it.
He's got all kinds of stuff. BMW 2002s, he's got it's so eclectic. I love seeing collections that are like that. I hate when you walk into someone's garage and it's all, one thing. And it's like, oh, where's the variety? And he's got the variety. It's so cool. And everything has meaning to him. The BMW was what he drove in college, and he wanted the exact same BMW experience again, which is cool. And
I got to watch the whole thing through. I want to say shout out to Bobby Rahal for doing that collection, but shout out to the Peterson and whoever their video team is for coming up with this, because there is a whole series of their going into different people's vaults, and it's pretty darn cool. Because, unless you were a personal friend or whatever, you would not have had access to that previous to these videos. It's very, very cool.
Yeah, it's been great. Did you see the Bruce Canepa one? That one
yeah,
really
that may be the 2-parter I was thinking of, actually. Because there were 2 different locations.
Yeah, it was really cool. It's kind of like a peek behind the curtain kind of a thing.
Yeah, and by the way, whatever they're doing worked, because I went and followed them on Instagram after, because I was like, this is amazing.
That's cool. That's really neat. Yeah, it's neat to see stuff like that.
Let's see. Can we talk next time? I know you had some things you wanted to bring up, and I certainly have some things I want to bring up about youth in this whole thing that we're doing here. Youth in cars. There's we talked about art a little bit and some of the adult artists we want to have in, but there's a lot of youthful things going on. I know you have some people are sending you projects that they're working on, and I know you sent me some pictures. We don't have a ton of time to get to it today, but we have stuff too. And then there are certain people we want to have, like the Stiglet and that Tinker Engineering girl. Like, these are kids who are doing the stuff. You know, they're taking it to the next place. And it's really, really cool to watch. And I would like to maybe dedicate maybe like a half a show, or at least some time next time to talking about that. I thought we'd get to it today.
Yeah, I'm totally down for that. That would be really cool.
I can see you playing with your toys over there. It's great.
I know my lighting. Yeah, it's fun.
How does it come?
Like the computer will like change it, and then you're like trying to change it. You're just like fighting each other. So it's like, oh, I brighten it up, and then it goes down. So it's like, but I like it. It's cool.
You'll eventually find a balance there.
I think so.
I mean, yeah, there you go. You'll figure it out.
Yeah, that's good.
It's all brand new. Now that we're rounding the top of the hour here, as I'm going back to my old broadcast days, rounding up the top of the hour, how do you feel this has gone? I know that you're comfortable more, but I mean, is this it? Are you good?
I think I'm good. I'm sure I'll tweak the stuff back there and change it and whatever else. But equipment-wise, like once I've got my boom that I can, I'm good.
I feel like you'll be able to get a little more comfortable once you can move. I feel like you're a little static.
I feel like I have to lean over, and I don't like my shoulders. No, I'll be able to sit back in the chair and have better posture. And yeah, I'm eager for the boom. Bring on the boom.
Bring on the boom. All right, well, I'm going to go back to you for a second here so I can throw your Chiron back up, because why not? It's Tory Alonzo in Pennsylvania, USA. What a serious weirdo I am. I was just trying to fill it out real quick, just putting something in there, and I was I could have said anything. That's what I chose. That's what I chose. What a weirdo.
That's awesome. No, it looks good, man. I'm happy with all the equipment. I mean, as long as my voice sounds better than it did the other night, then I'm happy, because that was terrible.
It's not.
Go off the computer speakers. They're just awful. The microphone and whatnot.
It's not you. We have a bridge problem here right now, and it's not you. It's because of all of this stuff is here in the master control, and then I'm getting your video, and it's a matter of getting your audio from there, which we could do with just a wire, but then I would lose the audio in the room, and then I wouldn't be able to. There's so many weird like things to it, the ins and outs, that this seems like miking. Whatever. What I'm doing right here wouldn't have worked with one of the old-fashioned laptops, like my old one that it replaced. But because of whatever Apple did with these new ones, where it's like crazy, the sound quality that comes out. It sounds. No one else would know this, but here it sounds like you're sitting here. It doesn't sound like you're coming through these tiny little pinhole speakers.
That's amazing.
Like there's bass in your voice. It doesn't make sense, but it's true. It sounds like a commercial for. And you can get the new 16-inch MacBook Pro, of course, directly from Apple. But you know what I'm saying. And so somehow it is getting better. It is getting better.
I'm glad. Well, it just it's worth. I figured if nothing else, it's worth a shot. I mean, the equipment's out there. It's super inexpensive. I mean, for all that, it's no wonder everybody has a podcast now, because you can do it now. 10, 20 years ago, you probably had to have thousands of dollars in equipment. Now you can go on Amazon for, $200-$300. We won't go there.
But yeah.
But yeah.
What I'm taken with by what you have set up even so far is that you do have your personality. You do have the Porsche stuff. It's all there so that if you ever wanted to do something, or if you were interviewed for something or whatever, you already have a place now. You're like Joe Biden. He set up a little studio in his place, and now he campaigns from his den,
Thanks a lot, man.
Well, all right, maybe not in the same way. You know what I'm saying, though? It's kind of a weird. You just set up your thing, and then you can operate from there. I mean, we certainly did it, but it was necessity for us. I think it's just going to benefit what you already do.
We'll find out, won't we?
Yeah.
I like it.
You're going to get creative. You're going to start showing people how to do things in tutorials, and then what you'll start doing is going along the ride with people, and you have to teach me too, and we'll be on each other instead of like, all right, finished. Here it is.
Right.
Because people want to see us work on the stuff. They want to see me cut out the skyline or set up all these buildings. It's weird.
But you and I are the same in that way. Like, I mean, you could have totally
Come in when it's done. Yeah, don't. I'm in the middle. It's not as good as I want it to be. That's our block. That's
that
our
is
block,
great.
and it's in our way,
Yeah.
sir.
I don't want to put it out there until I'm happy with it and it's perfect, and now I can show the world kind of a thing. Like,
Yeah, but we're wrong on that.
we are, of course, but whatever.
All right. Do you have anything else?
Not really. I mean, we'll get to that. We'll talk about the upcoming generation of car kids on the next show.
Yeah,
That'll
great.
give us something to do.
And we'll have some visual aids to go along with that stuff too.
Cool. Yeah.
And you know what? Maybe I can set it up so that we can actually like call one of them. You know what I mean? Like maybe we can somehow figure out a way to. Yeah. All right.
That'd be really neat.
What do we have here?
When are we doing the next show? When do you? I mean, what's your?
I don't know, but we'll talk about that off the air.
Okay. Cool.
Let's see. Today has been Wednesday, June 24th. Building a home studio with Tory Alonzo. We never did get to the other stuff, but I do feel like we covered the building a studio. I feel like we did that, right?
I mean, there wasn't much to it. It was, plug this stuff in from Amazon and hit the button. I mean, it was.
This again. He doesn't want us to know all the stuff he did. This was totally different. This room was so different the other day. All right, we'll do bubbles. We'll do playset pop in and the other stuff. Let's check in kitty cam real quick before we go.
Come on, be on the bed.
I know. That would be nice. Nope. Oh, you know what? She's over there underneath you can see just underneath the Eames chair, underneath the Nicholas Hunziker art. It's very dark. You see a shadow. I see a tail sticking out. I'm satisfied with that.
I feel like the Barrymore guy in It's a Wonderful Life, where he's like, wheel me over here.
You're the
But
best.
just throw that money away. Give me that newspaper.
You're amazing. Are you talking about the banker guy from that movie?
Yeah.
Oh my
Isn't
God.
that Drew Barrymore or somebody? It's one of the Barrymore.
It's definitely not Drew Barrymore, but now we are bringing her into this, aren't we? It was John Barrymore. Is that her grandfather?
Yeah. John Barrymore. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I think that was her great grandfather or something.
All right, we'll do this other stuff next week. Thanks again to Anna Duboc, and of course to Mrs. Ryan for the Lately video, and to Ridgefield BMW and Dan HI for the the East Coast feed and stuff. Great job on the show, but also on everything you've done there. I'm so happy for you, and I guess this is where I say goodbye now. This is weird, yeah. Do we say goodbye together?
I don't know. However you want to do it. It's your
I
show.
still have to play the Mrs. Ryan video. I was going to say goodbye. Let's say goodbye to you.
After the Mrs. Ryan thing. That's fine.
No, I'm going to say goodbye to you, and then I'm going to say goodbye to them, and then I'm going to play the Mrs. Ryan video, and then we'll all be with Mrs. Ryan.
That sounds like a plan.
I don't know. It's kind of fun with no net.
It's so weird, but it's
Okay.
cool. We're learning.
With that, I love you so much, brother. We'll talk to you next time. Tory Alonzo from Pittsburgh. Thanks for calling in.
Peace.
Like Larry King. Is the caller there? Oh my God. So great. All right, brother. I love you. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, sounds good.
All right. And he's gone, and now we're all here. Oh, it's a mess. All right. Thanks for doing it with us. Thank you all for watching. I don't know if anybody's here or not. I didn't even get to check if we're even live, but this definitely recorded, so I'll put it up. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for watching us do whatever it is that we do. Tori and I love you. Mrs. Ryan and I love you. We didn't get to talk too much about her. She's doing okay. She's doing better in some ways, and she's working through stuff in others. So to check in with Mrs. Ryan, we are going to play a video like I just told Tori and say good evening. But love you. Love everyone out there. Please love one another. And we're getting new tires on Yellow Car tomorrow. Thanks for everybody. I don't want to say their names. Sorry. Wrapping up. Did I get to it all? I think I did. Love you all. Love one another. Here's Mrs. Ryan.
Aloha, everybody. My Hawaii mood today, enjoy the backdrop, and my spirit. I'm not going to read another post today, but my blog is still up. If you want to read it, it's on WordPress, Life and Love and everything else. In the meantime, though, from the video that we put up recently about my old boss who passed away, I used that as a reminder to pay attention and really look at my own health. So I thankfully know someone through the car community whose wife does a lot of physical work, like PT kind of work, and she's helping me with strengthening my legs and my dexterity, and it is wearing me out and amazing. It's the simple exercises and the foundational stuff that I don't know that we should all know. So thank you. And then I'm also working with a woman who's doing an autoimmune course online. It focuses on energy and nutrition and movement. She has MS also, so she's doing a lot of what I do in a different way of like imparting information to people that need it, how they want it, so that none of us feel like this. It's amazing, this little tribe of weirdos that all got afflicted with this thing. So thank you to everyone. It's the little things that help our mood, and that is a huge deal across the board. I see it with everyone I talk to. That is the number one thing. So thank you for keeping me smiling and happy. And I know it sounds ridiculous sometimes, but positivity goes so far when there's chaos and negativity all around you. You never know what anyone else is dealing with or has dealt with. And so your being positive always helps, even if you don't know it or feel it. So thank you to everyone that has been positive in my presence, that I know through this show. It really has helped everything. Thanks, guys. Look forward to seeing you soon. Be well.